Hey, welcome to Rockley, YouTube's best channel for record collectors. This week, I want to talk about the crazy world of Arthur Brown, a hidden gem by artist Dax Riggs, and some recent pickups. That includes a pickup with the most disturbing track I've ever listened to. Stay tuned.
Get ready for Rockley, bringing music to you. Rockley, rock and roll, metal and country too. Get ready for the record of the week. Get ready for Rockley.
Our record of the week is The Crazy World of Arthur Brown and the self-titled debut from 1968. This is awesome. I told you guys last week, or in the last video, that I was exploring the psych rock genre and asked for suggestions, and Leon suggested this album. He said it was kind of easy to digest early on, but also an album you could keep coming back to just because it's so good. And he's right. I've listened to this several times now, and I love the organ on here. There's nice strings. And Arthur Brown is the vocalist, and he has this operatic style that just really interesting phrasing, and his range is fantastic. He also apparently, I guess, had a really nice stage performance, and he was well known for this helmet that he would set on fire, which fire is definitely a theme on this record. It's mentioned quite a bit. So maybe he was a pyro, I don't know. But the record's fantastic, and if you have any other psych rock albums, suggestions you think I might enjoy, please let me know. And Leon, thank you for the suggestion. This album is fantastic. Alright, here's a hidden gem for you to check out. It is Say Goodnight to the World by Dax Riggs. And you might recognize Dax Riggs' name as he was the lead vocalist of Acid Bath, a sludge metal band from the 90s. And this album, When the Kite String Pops, is kind of a cult classic of the genre. It's a very heavy, brutal listen, and Dax's vocals are clean at times, but then also very harsh and just utterly brutal at times. If you're into the heavier stuff, this is definitely a interesting and worthwhile listen. But his solo album, and I think he has 2 solo albums with his name, and then he's also the vocalist for Dead Boy and the Elephant Man and Agents of Oblivion. But for this record, this is the 10th year anniversary reissue, and on his solo work he is very it's way more bluesy, folky, soulful, just really more nothing like Acid Bath whatsoever. And he really shows off his voice, just an incredible voice. The tone he has and how thick and powerful his vocals are, just really, gorgeous. Just nice melodies. Everything on here is written by Dax, and except for a cover of Heartbreak Hotel, which was made famous by Elvis. So if you're gonna do a cover of an Elvis song, this is how you do it. I'm talking to you, Danzig. His rendition of Heartbreak Hotel is kind of like atmospheric with this mood over it. Just a completely different interpretation from Elvis, and it's fantastic cover, and it fits in nicely with the rest of the album. Just a great listen. Highly recommend picking up a copy. Reissued by Fat Possum Records, and it's really cheap, and anyway, it sounds great, and the music is just awesome. Highly recommended. Alright, recent pickups. Coven Witchcraft destroys the mind and reaps souls. I had heard about this album. I'm always interested in that historical perspective of music, and as I explore heavy metal and heavier music, I'm kind of interested in the albums that were kind of the first or the influencers of the genre. This one came up, Coven Witchcraft, as kind of like the first album that really brought the occult to rock and roll. It's a nice 60s rock influence, with lyrical themes around the occult. Pretty good. Really enjoyable listen. However, the last track is utterly disturbing. It's a satanic mass in full, and for something that absolutely, no swear words, nothing like overly aggressive or anything like that, but listening to this female confess her allegiance to the devil makes your skin crawl. Probably won't listen to that track again. I just don't. I know it's all, for show, and obviously this was done in a recording studio and all that, and I don't necessarily believe in all the witchcraft stuff, but again, just listening to that last track on here really gives me the heebie-jeebies, and I don't care to listen to it again. But, like I said, the rest of the music is really good. But yeah, I'll be alright if I don't hear the Satanic Mass ever again. I will say, it's also interesting, this is a reissue, it comes on Fire and Brimstone vinyl. But the back cover, you'll see they do the metal horns, devil horns, whatever you want to call them, on the back cover. And this is the, I guess, first documented photo of that happening in rock and roll, in metal. They're the first to do it. But I always thought it was Ronnie James Dio, because he always had the story that he learned it from his grandmother. It was an Italian thing. This was called the Evil Eye, and you use this to ward off demons, something like that. Anyway, I guess it was an Italian thing, and he started doing it. Anyway, I guess, but Coven, they're the ones to give credit for the devil horns. Enjoyable listen, but like I said, you could probably skip that last track. Tiny Music, Songs from the Vatican Gift Shop by Stone Temple Pilots. I've been trying to explore grunge music a little bit more, and I really enjoyed Stone Temple Pilots' Core, their debut album, and Purple. Oh, fantastic. And those two albums get a lot of praise. I don't hear as much about Tiny Music, and I don't know why. I really enjoy this one, and from reading up on it, it sounds like the band was kind of falling apart recording this one. But man, there's some really solid tracks on here, and I think if you really enjoy the first two Stone Temple Pilot albums, this one is definitely worth a listen. Alright, last I have Orville Peck, Show Pony, his EP. And if you haven't heard of Orville Peck, he is this like crooning cowboy with he's almost like a Roy Orbison, Elvis kind of vibe, but definitely country western music, and I love it. Orville Peck's voice is gigantic. He has this huge voice. Man, it's some of the most refreshing new country music I've heard in a long time. I really dig this album, and I have to thank Ashley over at Atmosphere Collectibles, which is my local record store. She pointed this album out to me and suggested that I give it a listen, and she might know me better than I know myself. She's just been on point with the recommendations, and man, really, really dig this album. And if you into country music at all, or even Lana Del Rey, Roy Orbison, I'd highly recommend checking out Orville Peck. Well, that's it for this week, guys. Hope you guys are staying safe, and if you have any suggestions for me, I'd love to hear them, and I'd love to hear what you think of the albums I talked about today. Arthur Brown, Dax Riggs, Orville Peck. I'd love to know your thoughts, and you just have a healthy dose of Rockley. I'll see you next time.